Fuel prices have shot through the roof in India, and they've burned a hole in the common man's pocket. Petrol and diesel prices have touched record highs, and there is no relief in sight at the moment. Since the 15th of August this year, Independence Day, petrol prices in India have increased by nearly 3 rupees per litre. Diesel has seen a hike of more than 3 rupees. Since the 1st of January this year, petrol prices have gone up by 14%. The diesel hike has been even more steep, close to 20%. Experts blame the rupee. It has been weakening against the American dollar and raising India's fuel bill, and this is how it works. If the rupee loses value, India ends up spending more in the international market to buy oil. And the impact is immense because India imports nearly 80% of its oil needs. The government is blaming external factors for this spike. It has refused to slash taxes to give you some respite. Petrol and diesel do not come under the goods and services tax or the GST. So apart from the cost of oil, you pay the excise duty, you pay the value-added tax, and you pay dealer commissions. And this nearly doubles the retail price of petrol or diesel. The government says that this is a temporary phase, and that may not be entirely correct. The way things are going internationally, this may be the new normal of fuel pricing in India. For one, the rupee slide against the dollar continues, and that doesn't bode well. Plus, oil prices are revised by state-owned firms on an everyday basis. This came into effect, this practice, in June last year, and before that, oil prices were revised every 15 days. So you see a daily jump, and that affects sentiment. The government is offering little more than reassurance at It's an important issue in an election year. A countrywide strike has been called on the 10th of September over the government's alleged inaction. But tonight we'll keep the politics out of it. Let's examine the claims of all sides and see why oil is on fire. And that takes us to the suppliers. Which countries does India depend on for energy security? Which countries does India buy oil from? As of July this year, Iraq was the largest oil supplier to India. We imported a little more than 7 million tons of oil from Iraq between April and June this year. Iran is the second biggest supplier. India shipped nearly 6 million tons of oil from Iran, and Saudi Arabia comes third. India imported a little over 5 million tons from Riyadh. We're starting with Iran. It's made the most headlines. India is under pressure from America to stop buying oil from Iran. America and Iran are at loggerheads at the moment. First, the Americans withdrew from the nuclear deal. Then they slapped tough sanctions on Iran. And now they want India to stop buying oil to hurt Iran's economy. In fact, the Trump administration wants all its allies to cut ties with Iran. The Europeans are not playing ball. Neither is India so far. You see, India's relationship with Iran goes way beyond oil imports. India enjoys deep trade ties and strategic ties with Iran. And Tehran is confident that with New Delhi, it can come up with a solution.
I think, however, we have our historical relationship with the region. So I think at the end of the day, we will find some way out just to deal with this barriers that the U.S. is making for us. I think India as well thinks that our relationship is very essential in the region. So nobody from outside can make a very deep struggle for us. At the end of the day, in the region, we should find out some way for keeping security in the region and just to work with each other. You know that the U.S. is from an outsider, it is not insiders. At the end of the day, the insiders should come together and keep their friendship.